Donnie Wahlberg here. Can't wait for you to see my new series, Boston Blue, coming CBS Fall.
What happens?
We might have a few leftover showers to the eastern Upper Peninsula to start off the morning, but then we get lots of sunshine, temperatures close to 80 degrees for some of us. Your full details are coming up next.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lily Simmons. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, with many Marquette County residents struggling to afford basic necessities, we'll show you how local organizations are working to find solutions. And a new housing development is planned at the former site of the Marquette General Hospital. We've got the latest details on the project. Plus, details on a new bill that's forgiving northern Michigan schools for missed days caused by this spring's severe ice storms. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
For tonight across the peninsula, we still might have a few leftover showers to the eastern portions of the Upper Peninsula, and we'll still have cloudy skies here, fairly comfortable temperatures into the lower 50s. But again, we still see some of that rain, maybe even lingering in to your morning commute. But then we clear things out. We'll still have hazy sunshine, temperatures near 70 degrees, close to 80 for others. I'll have full details, including a look at your weekend, in just a few minutes.
Beginning tonight in Escanaba, Delta County will soon have a new official leading one of its departments, as well as a returning one. In April, current administrator Ashley Young was chosen to become the new manager of the county airport. Tonight, the County Board of Commissioners voted to offer Young's position to Emily DeSalvo. Notably, DeSalvo held the title of administrator for a few years until 2023, when she was fired by a previous makeup of the board, which sparked a special recall election that spring. And with the county's parks manager stepping down later this month, the board also ratified a Parks Subcommittee's decision to hire Conservation District Manager Heather LeDuc as the new Parks Manager. LeDuc told WZMQ 19 that while she is sad to leave the Conservation District, she feels good about its current state. She says she's honored to join the county and working for its community members and visitors. The United Way of Marquette County held a discussion today at the Marquette-Alger Regional Education Service Agency. The forum was open to Marquette County nonprofits, with the topic being the recently released Alice Report on the working poor. Our John Truitt has that story.
The Alice Report is a comprehensive report that examines the financial hardship of households in the United States, specifically those who are not considered poor by the federal poverty guidelines, but are still struggling to afford basic necessities. ALICE stands for Asset Limited, Income Constrained, and Employed. The report identifies these households and the challenges they face. This year's report indicates that 41% of Michigan residents are living below the ALICE threshold, with 17% living below the federal poverty line. The meeting was attended by people from all parts of the population.
Housing, business development, economics, innovation, education. Yeah, we had a very good cross-section of the community.
For Julia Beard from the Lake Superior Village Youth and Family Services, it's more about educating people rather than providing free services.
They don't know how to get out of it, and they don't even know the questions to ask to even know how to get out of it. It would be easier for us to educate and show them guidance in a way to help them out instead of try to just provide services. Providing services is kind of like a Band-Aid.
Beard also pointed out that although many people feel alone, the data shows they are not.
You may feel individualized, you may feel like a lone little island, but in reality, there's a lot of people out there that are doing and experiencing the exact same stuff.
To view Michigan's Alice Report, please visit the United Way of Marquette County's website. In Marquette, John Truitt, WZMQ 19 News.
Management from Marquette's Eagle Mine aims to be open with the public, often detailing performance updates while taking feedback from community members. This morning, Eagle Mine met with the public for a Q&A forum at NMU's Northern Center. Our Andrew Hans has the details.
Every 6 months, Eagle Mine welcomes Marquette County residents to join them for a presentation covering performance updates in their operations, worker safety, and the environment.
We typically will receive questions about our environmental impact. How are we impacting nearby water bodies? How are we impacting air quality? And we provide very transparently all of the data and research that's been ongoing, about that environmental impact.
These concerns have led to new technology being implemented at the mine to better monitor their tailing or mining waste. Eagle uses a subaqueous method of tailings disposal in a nearby iron mine, and with new sonar technology, they'll be able to manage this much easier than ever before.
We have employed new technologies, new sonar technologies, so we can see real time what's happening underwater, and we can change how we deposit those tails.
For 11 years, the mine has held a strong relationship with the surrounding community. Taking in this feedback has significantly impacted the mine's integrity.
That's really good data that we have now every 6 months, so we really understand what the concerns are in the community.
Throughout the month of June, a survey will be open on the Eagle Mine website for anyone looking to provide feedback. The survey information will be collected and responded to during the next forum. In Marquette, Andrew Hands, WZMQ 19 News.
This evening, Marquette's Planning Commission addressed updates for a proposed apartment project at the site of the former Marquette General Hospital. Along Magnetic Street in the hospital's staff parking lot, Viridia Group and Integrated Architecture have plans for a 36-unit apartment complex fit with 3 bedrooms and 2-car garages. Talks of utilizing the 3-acre asphalt lot have been around since the demolition of the hospital. Since March, multiple planning adjustments were made in line with requests from the residents of the surrounding neighborhoods, leading to slight reductions in the initial build size.
I think it's good that we have a developer that's willing to take the community voice into account. It will have a better integration into the neighborhood, and it'll be a good asset for our community.
The proposal for the apartments passed 7-0 this evening. Once construction begins, the complex is estimated to take approximately 5 years to complete. The state of Michigan has made a big investment in cleaning up old tires. The Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes and Energy, known as EGLE, announced that it has awarded over $1 million in grant funding to clean up scrap tires. This money will go to 55 community recycling programs across the state. Here in the UP, the Great Lakes Watershed Partnership received $78,000 to clean up scrap tires in our area.
Typically, these tires are coming from households and also from like roadside tires, and our Great Lakes Climate Corps crews, the GLCC, actually are sent around and they pull tires from trails and wetlands and areas where they really shouldn't be.
Used tires are a hazard to the environment in many ways, from the breakdown of toxic compounds in the tires and the dangerous smoke produced when they burn to providing a breeding ground for mosquitoes. For more information on proper tire disposal, visit our website. We're going to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll have details on that new bill excusing northern Michigan schools for missed days during this spring's severe ice storms. And in Washington, some Senate Republicans are holding out on Trump's big, beautiful bill. We'll tell you why when we return.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget,
Automakers never stop thinking about your safety. When they discover a safety defect, they issue a safety recall and cover the cost of repairs. It doesn't matter how old your vehicle is or if you're not the original owner. All you need to do is bring it in. Do your part by checking for safety recalls at checktoprotect.org.
Tony's Green Thumb in Bark River is open for business. Tony's is your one-stop shop for all your garden and flower needs. Known for a huge variety of big, beautiful baskets, gorgeous planters, and over 600 varieties of vegetables and flowers to choose from. Open daily, come see why people travel over 100 miles to Tony's Green Thumb. Tony's Green Thumb, where beautiful gardens begin.
Update your home with new GE appliances from Kirkish Furniture and Houghton. GE appliances are built to last, have print-resistant finishes, and offer high performance with energy efficiency. Kirkish has a large selection for both kitchen and laundry. Free delivery and 0% financing.
Home for CBS is WZMQ 19.
Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
We are into a new month and we close off May. Now June marks a few different things. It starts meteorological summer, which is June, July, and August, and it's the official start of hurricane season, which is June 1st through November 30th. Already have a little area of disturbance off the coast of South Carolina. It has a 10% formation chance over the next 2 to 7 days. But back for us here, we recap May. We had an average temperature of 50.0 degrees, which is just ever so slightly below average, less than a degree below average. For the rain, we picked up almost 2 inches of rain through the entire month, which is below average by about 1.5 inches. So nowhere near this record of 5 inches of rain in 2006, and we kind of just fall in between the records here for the warmest and the coldest average May. And this is now official data from the National Weather Service, so let's see if we can get up on this rain. We already saw accumulated about 1/2 inch as of 5 o'clock today. But for the hazy skies, we're still talking about this. This is various clips across the Upper Peninsula from our very own WZMQ's John Truitt. Hazy sky, not only is it dangerous for most people, especially with respiratory issues, but it can reduce visibility, especially as we get to the evening commute time. Lots of people out on the road. So not only do you have to listen to your bodies and monitor your own health, but take it easy out on the roads. Take it slow with that reduced visibility. And not only that, in your car, have that air recirculate the air that's already in the car instead of pulling from outside, because this air quality warning for everyone in the gray here is going to be through our entire Wednesday, and this ends on midnight on Thursday. We've been having the air quality warnings, and I said they could reissue them, and they did. And the National Weather Service had another one for us today, and this is why. Very dense smoke, especially through tomorrow morning. Probably not the best day to get out and fish or take a long bike ride, especially with the dense smoke that we'll have through the morning. Things will start to improve as we get through the evening and the nighttime, but for the most part tomorrow morning we're likely going to continue to see that hazy sky. If you get the sunshine, if you get the cloud cover, there'll still be haze, but it'll just look mostly cloudy for us. And here's those lingering showers out to Sault Ste. Marie for your morning commute time. We do clear out, so we will get some sunshine. Some of us, Iron River, Iron Mountain down here, will get close to 80 degrees, but it'll be a little hard pressed to get into the 70s, I think, for the Marquette area. But we are looking at lots of sunshine until we're tracking a few more drops for Thursday. But for the bus stop tomorrow, it's not going to be a bad morning. Just make sure, again, with the hazy conditions, that they have maybe some sort of mask if they need to, but we're going to get to about 68 degrees for that 3 o'clock time. Quick look at your weekend before I show you the 7-day here. We are looking at a little bit of rain, especially for Friday evening and Sunday. We'll have lots of sunshine for your Saturday, mostly sunny conditions near 70 degrees. Right to your 7-day, we know how the weekend looks. Before we get there, we'll have some seasonal sunshine and a few showers for your Friday.
After spring ice storms forced extended school closures across northern Michigan, Governor Gretchen Whitmer has signed a new law that will give those schools relief. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy has the details.
Northern Michigan schools are heading towards a regularly scheduled summer break now that Governor Whitmer has signed snow day forgiveness into law.
So I'm thankful for all our colleagues for seeing what kind of mess we're in the northern tip of the Mid.
House Bill 4345, introduced by Representative Cam Cavett, allows school districts and counties under a state of emergency to waive up to 15 instructional days for the 2024-2025 school year. Without the change, districts risked losing state funding or being forced to extend classes into the summer.
We're coastal communities, where there's a lot of tourists that come, and a lot of those students and teachers and school bus drivers and janitors all have second jobs in the summer. That's just part of the economy of northern Michigan.
The legislation passed both chambers with strong bipartisan support. School officials say the flexibility will help them stay within budget and avoid rescheduling facility maintenance or summer programs. However, areas across northern Michigan are still looking for relief to cover the cost of cleanup.
The House has an appropriation of $100 million that we're holding to use to leverage federal funds.
The state has requested a presidential emergency declaration and a major disaster declaration from FEMA. Portions of the state are still overwhelmed by debris and have exhausted their budgets trying to get things back to normal.
Debris management, we've got trees that are everywhere that are just piling up. We've got volunteer fire departments who don't have budgets anymore. They busted their budgets during the storm, so we're hoping to backfill some of those folks.
Cavett says it's just another step towards cleaning up the mess and that he plans to continue pushing for more resources for the people of northern Michigan. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
Advocates for gun violence prevention are launching a statewide campaign this June, declaring it the Silence the Violence Month of Action. The initiative includes 19 events across Michigan organized by faith leaders, survivors, and community groups. Advocates say while recent legislative wins are a step forward, more change is needed, like pushing for laws that hold manufacturers and sellers accountable when their firearms are used in a crime.
Violence impacts all of our communities, but it does impact us all differently. So we're responding in unique ways, each making a contribution to the state. The only way we're going to be able to stop these horrible and preventable tragedies is together. None of us are safe until all of us are safe.
You can find the full list of events at WZMQ19.com. In Washington this week, Senate Republicans are working to advance President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill, a sweeping package that blends tax cuts with controversial reforms and debt ceiling measures. The legislation, which already cleared the House, includes a $4 trillion debt ceiling increase. The Senate's own budget plan proposes an even larger $5 trillion increase. That's a red flag for Kentucky Senator Rand Paul, who says he is a firm no, saying he supports the tax cuts, but he won't back the bill unless the debt ceiling hike is stripped out. Meanwhile, more moderate Republicans like Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins are voicing concerns about the bill's proposed changes to Medicaid, calling the cuts too drastic. Democrats are united in opposition to the fight against what they call tax breaks for the ultra-wealthy, paid by cutting health care and food assistance for millions of Americans.
14 million Americans will lose health care as they decimate Medicaid and now try to dismantle the Affordable Care Act. 11 million Americans, 4 million kids could lose access to federal food assistance.
What they are going to be fighting against is border security, modernizing our military, making America energy dominant, and they are going to be voting for the largest tax increase in American history that would put $2.6 trillion in new taxes on people in this country making less than $400,000 a year.
The Senate is expected to take a few weeks to make changes to the bill before voting on it. Coming up after the break, Mike Ludlum is in the studio to talk about what's new in UP sports, including the results of last weekend's Division I track and field finals. Stay with us.
Getting ready, we all have our routine. Finding an outfit. Fixing your hair. And all the other little touches. Gum, check. Keys, check. Phone, check. But of all the things you remember to bring with you, naloxone could be the most important. It can reverse an opioid overdose. You can get it without a prescription in most states, and it's really easy to use. If you or someone you know is at risk for opioid overdose, naloxone could save their life. Keep it on you and at home. For more information about naloxone, visit cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
I thought it was just a rash, but it had a bullseye ring around it. My doctor said it was a tick bite. Luckily, we caught it early.
Ticks found in tall grass around your home can spread Lyme disease and other illnesses, which can lead to chronic health issues. The CDC estimates nearly 500,000 people across the country are diagnosed with Lyme disease each year.
I didn't understand why my brother was having so many asthma flare-ups. Sometimes he couldn't breathe. Turns out a roach problem at home was triggering it.
Allergens left behind by dust mites, roaches, and rodents are a major driver of asthma attacks, especially in children.
When I had a fever, body aches, and fatigue, I never thought it would have been West Nile virus. All it took was a mosquito bite while gardening.
Mosquitoes spread West Nile virus and many other diseases, and they can breed in standing water around your home. Protect your family from pests. Get the facts at pestworld.org.
Good evening, everyone. The Marquette boys track and field team set at least 11 school records during the season. Derek Marr's squad did not slow down at Saturday's Upper Peninsula Division I finals at Fliver Field in Kingsford. Marquette did not waste much time finding another record. Michael Couture established a new mark at 14 feet 7 inches in the pole vault. Teammate Drew Bradley was next at 14 feet. The Sentinels' Kyler Sager had a 22-foot, 6-inch long jump at a meet in the Lower Peninsula this year. His best effort Saturday, 20 feet 6 inches to take first place. Mr. UP basketball and Michigan Tech recruit Jacob McPhee anchored the Marquette 4x200 relay to a UP record of 1 minute 30.36 seconds, eclipsing a Kingsford record set 15 years ago. Marquette senior James Barch kept the winning going, taking the 1,600-meter run in 4 minutes, 19.52 seconds. The Sioux's Gabe Litzner was second. Mark McPhee also won the 200 and 400 dashes. Negaunte's Brady Mager wrapped up his career in fine fashion, winning the 300 hurdles in 39.88. He also had a couple second places. Sault Ste. Marie's Gabe Litzner set a UP record in his final event, the 3,200-meter run, 9 minutes, 31.20 seconds. But this was Marquette's day from start to finish. The Sentinels reached the 200-point mark, easily winning the UP championship.
Years ago, we won this meet by 1 point, and then in the last couple of years, we've been gradually building and getting better and having representation in all of the events. So today, we ended up having all events have a point scorer. And then when we got to some of the events where we had 3 entries and we're scoring everybody and scoring them high, all of a sudden the guys started to do the math and they said, "Coach, 200 is actually possible." And sure enough, we finished it out strong to go and have that happen.
Marquette won 10 of the 17 events on its way to reaching that historic 200-point mark. On the scoreboard, Sault Ste. Marie was second with 65. Then it was Kingsford and Negaunte. Gladstone and Houghton tied for fifth with 40 points. Let us move to Division II, shall we? And we'll start with the 110 hurdles, a close battle between Barker Harris's Johnny McDonough on the left and Pickford's John Anderson next to him. McDonough's lean at the finish was enough to win in 16.18 seconds. Ironwood's Talon Hughes was third. Next event, the 100 dash, and a quick turnaround for Hughes, but he won in 11.18 seconds. Pickford's Gunnar Bennon was next, followed by Iron Mountain's Aiden Ellis. Hughes also captured the 200 dash. Munising performed well in the distance events. Dan Goss took the 1600 in 4 minutes, 38.12 seconds. Mustang teammate Trevor Nolan was the runner-up, followed by Rudyard Steve Kirshner. Goss added the 800 and 3200 meter runs as well. The Panthers' John Anderson set a new record in the high jump, 6 feet 7 inches. He was second in the long jump and third in the 300 hurdles. Pickford's Gunnar Bennon won in the 400 dash, 52.87 seconds, second in the 100, third in the 200, and anchored a winning relay. Another Pickford victory came from Tommy Story in the 300 hurdles at 42.7. Story was second in the pole vault and fourth in the 110 hurdles. Oh, in case you had forgotten, 8-player football offensive player of the year. The Panthers won this division by 50 points.
Well, a couple of our guys stepped up in events that they were originally supposed to get a little lower than they were originally supposed to. So they stepped up, got higher places, got more points.
This is Pickford's 30th Upper Peninsula Track and Field Championship on the boys' side. The Panthers are on a 3-year winning streak. To the numbers here, 127.5 for the Panthers, Munising 77.5. Rudyard was third, followed by Bark River Harris and Gwynn. Rudyard's Jack Cifelli won the shot put and discus. Division 3, 4x800 relay, and Newberry started with the lead, and Connor Carlson anchored the Indians to the win in 8 minutes 42.67 seconds. 8-player football defensive player of the year, Matt Rahley of Newberry, won the high jump and long jump and was second in the 100 plus third in the 200 dash. Move to the 110 hurdles in the middle of your screen. Lance's Connor Kempinen cruised to the win in 16.54. Lakeland and Hubble was second, third, and fifth. Kempinen was second in the 300 hurdles. Turning to the 100 dash, Bessemer's Bryce Martin toward the right, edges Rahley in 11.44 seconds. Another speed boy, Jaden Verrett, was third. Martin and Verrett each were second in 2 relays. Verrett was the runner-up in the 200. 300 hurdles, Lakeland and Hubble's Lucas Axford in 42.46. Axford also anchored a winning relay. Waters Meets Thomas Karen finished in 9th place by himself, winning the 200 in 23.91. He took the 400 and was 4th in the 100. Chassel's Calvin Kidda scored all 30 of his team's points and was 7th in the team total. Took the 800, 1600, and 3200, the last in 10 minutes, 11.42 seconds. Newberry won 3 of the 5 field events and went home with the team title.
We were pretty top heavy, and we knew that we had to perform at an elite level, and our big dogs kind of had to step up and do their part, and they did, and that was the difference today.
Rahley is a senior, and Newberry will certainly miss him in at least 4 sports. 2 of the numbers, Newberry 84-76 for the Lakes, Bessemer 46, Brimley 42, Rapid River 38, and it decreased by 4 by a couple more. Brimley won 2 relays. Eddie Forsland powered Rapid River with a first and a third place. 24 teams scored points in this meet. Division 1 in the UP has announced its all-stars for the season in tennis. Chase Thompson of Marquette, the player of the year. Carl Thompson, the coach of the year for the Sentinels. And all-state singles go to Chase Thompson of Marquette and Gavin Moore of Kingsford. On the double side, Nolan Olivero and Easton Gannett of Negaunee, along with Isaac LeBeff and Jacob Crockford of Kingsford. Turning to baseball, the Brewers with an 8-game winning streak on the line at Cincinnati, and Christian Yelich opens the scoring with a line drive RBI single. Bryce Terang scored 1-0. Yelich has a 10-game hitting streak. We jump to the bottom of the 8th. Reds up 3-2, and Will Benson blasts a solo homer to left center field off Grant Anderson, and it's a 4-2 lead for Cincinnati. But here comes Milwaukee. Jake Bowers in the 9th, 2 out, deep with a runner on base, and TJ Friedel made the catch for Cincinnati. Yeah, pitcher better be fired up about that one. Reds hang on to win it by the score of 4-2. The Tigers lost to the White Sox tonight by the count of 8-1. Elsewhere, Detroit Lions center Frank Ragnow has resigned, or retired, I should say, after 7 very good years. Michigan State has a new athletic director, Jay Batt, and Minnesota Vikings defensive lineman Jim Marshall has passed away at the age of 87. And we will be right back with Kelly and Lily to wrap up the show.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. With Skyrizi, feel symptom relief at 4 weeks. Many people were in remission at 12 weeks, at 1 year, and even at 3 years.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Skyrizi.
Pure Outdoor is the first program dedicated to increasingly popular outdoor and eco sports. Individual and adventurous. Journey to the world's most exotic, breathtaking locations. Pure Outdoor.
She's fair.
Untrue, Your Honor.
What, you're going to have your turn.
She's inquisitive.
What in the world led to this young lady finding you in this compromising situation?
And firm.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams.
weekdays on WZMQ CBS. Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons on WZMQ 19 News. Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Why should you consider re-siding your home? Your home is the largest investment you'll make. Protect it with new siding installed by the experts at the Window Store. We offer a range of affordable, high-quality siding options, including premium ABC seamless steel siding with attractive financing options available. And we install all winter long across the entire UP. Schedule your appointment today and enjoy the Window Store experience for yourself. Your clear choice is the Window Store.
Welcome back. Final check of your forecast. There's nothing new here. We still have this air quality warning. Hopefully you know the drill by now. Keep those windows closed tonight and have the AC recirculate in your car. Try to avoid strenuous activity outside. This warning is until midnight on Thursday. Highs for tomorrow will get to near 70 degrees for Marquette with plenty of sunshine through the afternoon, and we'll be near 80 degrees down to Iron Mountain. So we'll still get that little sneak peek of summer for some, but out to Sault Ste. Marie and the eastern portions of the Upper Peninsula, we might even have a few lingering showers and slightly cooler temperatures. But as we head through the next few days, getting ready for the first weekend of June, hazy sunshine dominates the sky. We'll get some seasonal sunshine through Thursday and a few showers to start off your weekend. We clear out for Saturday, and then we get a little more showers for your Sunday, and chilly and rainy to start the next week ahead. Make sure to tune back in for all the latest.
Finally tonight, throughout the rest of this week, we're taking you to the Keweenaw to show you all the new and upcoming developments in Calumet. Our Samuel McKnight spent the day on a media tour with Main Street Calumet and Visit Keweenaw, exploring historic sites, learning how organizations are making natural resources more accessible, and chatting with the up-and-coming businesses. We'll be sharing those stories and more with you Wednesday through Friday. Looking forward to seeing those for sure.
Those are all good at this time of year. Just too bad the smoke's around.
I know. Hopefully it gets to be a little nicer of a summer soon.
Yes.
Looking forward to that. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. We will see you right back here tomorrow at 6, 5 Central.
Buckles Party Store, it's where the party starts in Calumet, with an awesome beer selection featuring domestic, foreign, and craft brewed beer, a great selection of wine, just about any kind of liquor you want, and a great range of tobacco products. Buckles Party Store in Calumet, it's where the party